The diner was quiet that Wednesday evening, save for the occasional clink of a fork or the low hum of country music spilling from the jukebox. Emma wiped down the same table for the third time, her apron streaked with coffee stains and her hair pulled into a tired bun. She glanced at the clock, 9:47 p.m., and sighed. Another hour to go. Emma had been working at this roadside diner outside of Tulsa for almost 2 years now. She was 23, though most days she felt closer to 50. Life hadn't gone as planned. College had slipped through her fingers when her mom got sick, and by the time she passed, Emma was left with a mountain of medical bills and a tiny apartment she could barely afford. So here she was, cleaning tables alone, dreaming of a life that felt further away with each passing night. That's when the door opened, letting in a gust of summer air and a man holding the tiniest little girl Emma had ever seen. The man, mid-30s maybe, tall but worn, gave her an apologetic smile as he settled his daughter in a corner booth. The girl clung to his neck, half asleep, her blonde curls spilling over his shoulder. Emma felt her heart soften. "Evening," she said, walking over with a warm smile. The man nodded. "Hi. Sorry to barge in so late. We needed somewhere to sit for a while." "No problem," Emma said, already pouring coffee. "Take your time." When she came back with the mug, she saw him gently easing the little girl down, laying his jacket under her head like a pillow. Emma noticed how thin his hands were, how his shirt sleeves were fraying at the cuffs. He caught her staring and smiled faintly. "She's had a long day," he explained, tucking a stuffed bunny under the girl's arm. Emma nodded, unsure what to say. Something about the quiet weight in his voice made her chest ache. For the next 30 minutes, she busied herself behind the counter, sneaking glances as he sat there sipping coffee, staring out the window like he was 1,000 miles away. Finally, as she was wiping down another table, he spoke. "Can I ask you something?" Emma turned, surprised by the timidness in his tone. "Sure." He stood, sliding his wallet onto the table. "I'm sorry to even ask," he said, his voice cracking just a little. "But, is there anywhere around here that rents rooms for cheap? Even just for tonight? We've been sleeping in the car, and she's got a fever now, and..." Emma froze, her rag halfway to the table. He ran a hand through his hair. "I shouldn't have asked. Forget it. We'll figure something out." But Emma couldn't forget it. Because she knew that kind of quiet desperation. She'd seen it in her mother's eyes during the worst of the hospital bills. She'd felt it herself, scraping coins from the bottom of her purse to buy milk. She looked at the man, at the little girl curled up in the booth, and she made a choice. "My apartment's not far from here," she said softly. "It's small, but I've got a couch you're welcome to. Just for tonight. No charge." The man blinked, stunned. You do that? For us?" Emma felt tears prick her eyes. "Of course," she said. That night, she helped him carry his daughter out to his beat-up sedan. At her apartment, she gave the little girl some medicine, tucked her in on her bed, and handed the man a blanket for the couch. He sat there for a long moment, staring at her. "You have no idea," he whispered, "how much this means." But Emma did. Because sometimes, when the world feels like it's falling apart, all it takes is one person to show you you're not invisible. That kindness still exists. That you still matter. The next morning, as they left, the little girl sleepily hugged Emma's legs and murmured, "Thank you." And for the first time in a long while, Emma felt like maybe, just maybe, she was exactly where she was supposed to be. In a world where everyone's fighting their own battles, kindness is the one thing we can always afford to give. You never know how much it can change someone's life, or yours.